Have you ever felt like a guy was super interested and then just kind of ghosted you and you're like, what happened? When I was in college, it felt like every semester there was a guy who I really liked and he seemed super interested in me, and then all of a sudden he would just ask out my friend or friend zone me, and I would get so frustrated and so hurt by that. And so if you want to avoid having that happen to you, here are 3 tips for you today. Hey friends, Tiffany Dawn here.
I'm in on this one too.
And James. And if you're new here, this channel is all about answering real life questions that Christian girls have. So you can hit that subscribe button to join us every Tuesday for more girl talk. So let's get into our tips for today.
All right, tip number 1. If he hasn't asked you to be his girlfriend, be skeptical. Because guys like to be liked, and so they will do things, try to keep the interest going, because we want people to like us. I remember this girl who liked me in college. I finally figured out she likes me. I really didn't like her, but I remember being on spring break and calling her to wish her happy birthday. I never did that to anyone, but I wanted her to keep liking me.
I think girls do the same thing. People like to be liked. And so if we're not thinking about how the other person feels, sometimes we will just try to keep the interest going. And so if he has not made it official with you that you are his girlfriend, be skeptical.
It sounds so harsh, be skeptical of this person that you might like. But the reality is once you think that you like someone and that person just might like you, your mind goes into daydreaming.
It really does.
And you're just imagining life with this person and all this stuff you're gonna do, and you're getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
But if you have an attitude of skepticism, might like me, might not, not gonna invest too much in this, but going to be available if this person initiates, that's good, that's healthy, and that's gonna allow you to be yourself.
Yeah.
Natalie agrees.
Oh, now that the camera's pointing at you, you don't have anything to say. Is that right?
Number 2, don't be the only one initiating.
I'd say it differently. I would say, take a close look at how much he's initiating.
Yes.
Because if he's not initiating at least a little bit, consistently, probably not interested. Because believe me, if a guy is interested, he will look for ways to initiate.
He will look for ways to hang out with you. So if you're the only one saying, let's hang out, let's do this, so the only one who's texting first, take a step back.
Yeah.
And wait and see what happens. And if he doesn't then start initiating, I would say assume it's not going anywhere.
Brief little rabbit hole. If he seems shy, invite him to group events. Let him know that you're willing to talk to him.
Yeah,
that might give him the courage to speak to you.
Yes.
But if he can't find the courage to talk to you and ask you out, he might not be a good fit.
And tip number 3 is invest in other friends. It's easy to just have your world start revolving around this person, and you're out there, you're always,
in a matter of days.
Yeah, and you're always available for them, even if it's last minute. But it's so important to stay with your friends too.
And that also helps you because you only have so much time and you only have so much mental space. If you're spending it with your friends, you're not spending it daydreaming and imagining stuff with a guy that hasn't even happened, with a guy who hasn't come out there and said, yes, I like you and I want you to be my girlfriend.
And it makes you less available, which makes you more attractive, FYI.
There's a lot of truth to that.
True? Yeah.
It's usually not attractive if someone is throwing themselves at you. Then you're maybe they have some issues that I don't want a part of.
Right. So as you're doing these 3 things, another question you might have is, why don't guys ask me out? That's something I asked all the time when I was in college. Where are these guys and why are they not asking me out? So if that's you're wondering that, check out this next video, which is all about what you can do to help guys ask you out.